Hey, how's it going, everybody? So, I'm your host, Howard. You guys know me. Welcome back to another episode of AORUS TV. As you can see, our setup's a little different today, and we'll be doing a kind of a ragtag type of interview style with a new face today. It's not Angela this time. This is John right over here, our monitor PM. We'll be talking to you guys about our 4K monitor lineup, as well as this bad boy, especially the 43-inch, which is launching at Newegg tomorrow. So if you guys are interested after hearing about this one, you can pick it up at midnight tomorrow. Yep. So John, I'll give you the mic for a quick intro on yourself.
Hi guys, it's John. You guys might know me from the Monitor AMA, so we're kind of doing something a little special today. We're combining AORUS TV and our usual AMA. So if you guys have any questions about the monitor, so we're launching our brand new FV43U. This will launch tomorrow on Newegg and will be available everywhere else coming soon. We're gonna do actually a special tomorrow. It's gonna launch at $10.99. That's a regular MSRP, but we'll be doing a special price at $9.99 tomorrow for launch for 2 weeks.
All right, so you guys already know a little bit about this one, and I saw little comments. You guys have been talking about the 32 and some of the other 4K monitors that we have coming out. So you guys are absolutely right. If you follow us on social, you already know there's a whole lineup that's coming around the corner very, very soon. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a little phone call here. So let me just mute that. So we will have our 32-inch and 40-inch coming out very soon, as well as a 28 version as well with KVM. So before we get to that, I kind of want to talk more about the landscape of 4K gaming. So John, what's kind of your take on, 4K monitors nowadays?
So I mean, 4K gaming used to kind of be a little niche. Not every game can run 60 FPS at 4K, but now with the latest AMD and NVIDIA graphics cards, you're able to push past 60 FPS now easily at 4K. So I would say now 4K gaming is slowly going to become like a new standard besides 1440p. 1080p is still going to be around for high FPS gaming, but I would say for 4K gaming, you're gonna get much more detail over 2K and 1080p. It's gonna make games like Red Dead Redemption 2 look that much more beautiful.
So let us know in the comments, you guys. What are your current monitor setups? Because we're interested and we want to see what you guys currently have. Will you be interested in upgrading your current setup? Is 4K of an interest to you guys at all? Is this something that's exciting? We want to know your feedback. So leave in the comments. And of course, if you guys have any questions along the whole stream today, be sure to leave in the comments. We'll try to get to them as best we could. Now, I want to talk more about the rest of the lineup here. So I mentioned earlier we have something called the M28U coming out. This one is going to be a 28-inch 4K monitor. The M series means this one will have KVM enabled as well. And then next up, we have our FI32U. This one is a 32-inch 4K display, and it will be part of the AORUS lineup. So you're going to get a lot of the awesome AORUS features combined with it. And then lastly, the 48-inch. The 48-inch is going to be my personal favorite. You see how big this guy is already on the table? The 48-inch is going to be absolutely massive. Also a 4K display. So that one is going to be an OLED panel as well. So very, very, very good color accuracy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that 48-inch is going to be very exciting. Along with this one, I mean, this panel is going to be really good. It's going to be, I would say, almost a perfect size for larger tables. At 43-inch, this one does feature a QLED display. Our 48-inch will feature an OLED display. So if you guys already know about the benefits of OLED versus traditional LCD screens, each pixel is lighted individually, which leads to an infinite contrast, so really good black. So I'm already seeing great questions. Is the 43-inch wall mountable? Yes, it is. It has a 200 by 200 base amount in the back.
Yes. So, well, guys, we're gonna start and break down the 43-inch. So, if you guys have questions on the 43-inch, this is the time to ask. I'm gonna kind of go. We can kind of go through just the panel and some of the other stuff, and then we'll show you guys a live demonstration of some of the other features on this monitor as well. But as John said, on the back of this one is a 200 by 200 Visa mount, so you go ahead and mount it on your wall. I think 43 inch is the perfect, well, not perfect, but it's still gonna be able to fit on your desk. Granted, you might need a a larger desk to support this, maybe a little further back, but it does work on the desk. Now let's talk about this one right here because this one is launching tomorrow. So this is going to be a 43-inch 4K display, VA panel as well, Qled a 4K UHD Qled display, and it's going to have a VA panel sporting a 144 hertz refresh rate and a 1 millisecond response time. So it's pretty much top of the line specs here. I mean, 4K 144 is going to be really pushing what your graphic card can do already. And then I can't imagine getting two of these. And I think you would need two 3090s to be running running 4K on this one, basically. Here, John.
I guess Howard, do you want to? Should we go through some of the accessories first?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I think we put it right there. Oh, you got it. So, we saw some great questions about the ports on the monitor. So we'll actually go over the accessories that are included right now. So the very first one is going to be a DisplayPort cable. This is DisplayPort 1.4. So this one just plugs into the back here. What else do we have? We actually have included an HDMI 2.1. Yes, you heard that right. 2.1. 4K 144 hertz capable cable. It's actually included. It's actually included inside the box. So you have your DisplayPort 1.4 and an HDMI 2.1. Next, you'll have your USB 3.0 cable, which will plug in from the monitor to your computer. This will allow for OSD Sidekick, so you can control all your monitor settings using your mouse and keyboard. Let's see what else we have. We actually have 3 types of power cables. So if you're in North America or South America, you're good. You're set. So all 3 power cables included. We're using the US one right now. The next accessory is going to be exclusive for the 43 and 48 inch. It's going to be your AORUS Remote. With the AORUS Remote, usually the joystick to control, if you don't have the remote, you usually would control the monitor at the very middle where the AORUS logo is. So with the AORUS Remote, you can control all your monitor settings here. If I can show you off right there. You can control all your monitor settings. You can change the volume. Volume is actually really important on this monitor because it actually has something called spatial audio or space audio, which calibrates the audio depending on the game you're playing, and so you can change all those settings right on here.
All right, thanks, John, for the walkthrough. I want to get a close-up on the remote, actually, and kind of show you guys what is on the remote, what options are on the remote really quick. So I'll pass it over to John. So John, you can hold it up there. So on the top right, I mean, you're going to have, of course, your power on the top left. And then you're going to have the input on the top right. So the input is really helpful because I found that it's the fastest way for you guys to change back and forth from multiple devices and all that kind of stuff. You have your little menu wheel over here. So if you just press that button, you'll pull up basically the toggle. It's the same as like if you guys needed to do the toggle on the bottom middle of this monitor screen or the monitor itself. And then, of course, you have your audio. So the ones in the middle, there's like a mute button, and then there's also a button for space audio. So that'll let you bring up the audio menu. And then lastly, on the very, very bottom, just like the usual audio adjustments. It's kind of, personally, I found it kind of interesting, like controlling your monitor with a remote, but I just found it to be very useful if you ever have like multiple things hooked up to this guy, especially if you're not at a desk anymore. Even on the desk is still pretty useful, to be honest with you.
Farther away.
Exactly. It's small enough where it's low profile enough. You can just kind of put it on the side and for easy access. But personally, we found it through testing that the remote has been the fastest way for you guys to change between multiple inputs and stuff like that, and even enable KVM, for example. So, all right, John. So next up, I kind of want to ask you more about the. A lot of people saying they love the V8 the V8 display and all that kind of stuff. Let's talk about the color accuracy and all that kind of stuff with this monitor.
Yeah, so just some small benefits of QLED in general. Of course, you get that extra filter screen, so it kind of mimics additional color. So the color accuracy on this monitor is going to be top notch. So it does have a DCI-P3 rating of 97% coverage, and I believe the sRGB or Adobe RGB is going to be should be 120% coverage of the Adobe RGB rating. And this is going to be a 10-bit, so 8-bit plus FRC monitor. So you're going to get, like I said, in general, great color. So not only are your games going to be what the original artist intended it to be, but if you can actually use this monitor again for work as well if you are also into photo editing, video editing. So what you see is basically what you're gonna get on the final product as well.
All right, thank you, John, for that one. And then next up, I want to talk to you guys about the firmware side of things, our Gigabyte Classic features and AORUS features that are available through OSD Sidekick. So, John, can you tell us a little bit more about what's available on this one?
This AORUS monitor will support most, if not all, of our current AORUS features. So you're going to get OSD Sidekick, like I mentioned before, where you get you can control all your monitor settings using your mouse and keyboard. Of course, you now have a remote as well. You also get you can also add timers to games like Valorant or CS:GO. You can also with black equalizer, it kind of all those settings you can change on the remote or the monitor itself. With black equalizer, it will brighten up the image if it's a little dark, so you can see your opponents and enemies a little better as well. So it also will support KVM, which is going to be found on all our M series monitors and some of our AORUS monitors as well, like the FI42U, this one, the FI32Q as well. This one will. The only thing is that this monitor does not support ANC, just like all of our other AORUS monitors, just because it's gonna be kind of big. So you probably wouldn't be plugging a headset to this anyway. Yep.
Yeah, so like John said, this one does not support ANC, but it will support all the other features: black equalizer, KVM, the dashboard, and all that kind of stuff. So just kind of make note of that. It's a little different. I don't think the 48-inch may not have ANC either, but when you get to this size, it's a little hard to, I feel like the need for ANC is a little less at that point, basically. So why don't we go ahead and demonstrate to you guys kind of the KVM function here, because this has kind of been like a steady thing that's been released on, or steady feature that's been released on our monitor lineups, Gigabyte and AORUS now. So we want to show you guys how we can enable it. We have the setup that we currently have we have two laptops hooked to the monitor itself. My laptop is currently hooked through the HDMI 2.1, and John's laptop is going to be hooked through USB Type-C. And we also have we're sharing a set of keyboard and mouse, plug right into the two USB ports. As you can see, John holding it right there. The two USB ports that are on the monitor itself. So we're going to be controlling both of our jumping back between both of our laptops here, and then controlling it through just one set of keyboard and mouse. So without further ado, I will let John just kind of get set up here. Just to remember, guys, if you guys want to enable OSD Sidekick, you have to plug in the USB B to A cable from your PC to enable Sidekick. But you can also adjust the KVM through the remote as well, if you guys just want to change the input options as well. And so For this one, I found it particularly useful. So usually a laptop will be the second thing I have hooked up to this, and then when we're testing, we had a usually like a PC or like a mini PC hooked up to it too. So it's pretty useful to kind of be able to use KVM to jump back and forth so quickly, especially when we're doing a lot of the benchmark and testing for this monitor. So let's jump out of that. And so this is currently my desktop. John, if you want to go ahead and jump to yours, and we can kind of go from here. So John's currently using the remote. As you can see, he's going through this is the regular method. You go to display over there and you go KVM and the KVM switch. And when you hit the KVM switch button, it should detect the other screen and then jump to John's laptop right here. And of course, okay, sorry, there's a little delay there, but there it is. This is John's laptop. His Netflix pulled up, so we can maybe watch some shows. As you can see, he's controlling everything through the same keyboard and mouse that he had, the same set over there. That's basically the gist of KVM, though. Like, oh. That's a good show, by the way. So it's basically just a KVM. So as you can see, it's relatively easy. John, why don't we show them through the remote input as well? Okay. Here you go. I'll pass the mic to you.
So I mean, on the remote, all you have to do is press the menu button. So to access the menu button, you just press the middle button here. We'll show. Then you go into settings. From settings, I would actually scroll down to display, go down to KVM, and then you can toggle by pressing KVM switch. It will switch back to now Howard's computer, and then from there, of course, probably give it a few seconds. It's going to be right here. I'm using the same keyboard and mouse. Again, this is powered by USB-C 10 gigabit cable. So when you purchase that cable, you can have it plugged into not just your laptop, of course, to basically nearly any USB-C device that supports alt mode. So here in our office, we've tested Samsung tablets, Samsung phones, iPads, all the good stuff. We tested numerous laptops as well, and they work perfectly fine.
And I just want to add for you guys, so this is going to be enabled through a Type-C 10 gigabit per second cable. So if you guys just have a random Type-C cable laying around for your phone that just charges, that may not work with the KVM function we have on here, because you just need that additional bandwidth enabled to support switching between the two displays here. So I want to really make that disclaimer. If you guys, I do recommend you guys try to get one that's rated for both charging and display. Those should work, no problem. If you just have a random one laying around that you don't know the bandwidth for, just kind of disclaimer, it may not work, but we're just recommending a 10 gigabit per second minimum Type-C cable for KVM.
Yeah, if I want to add on to that, so with any Type-C, it will also do fast charging as well. So you can fast charge your device. But we still, like Howard said, we do recommend a 10 gigabit Type-C cable to get the full KVM function. I guess I can talk about kind of my real life KVM function that I've used at home. So my work laptop is an Aero laptop, so I have all my work stuff on my laptop. And then when I come home, I want to play, video games. I can't install games on my Aero laptop. So when I come home, I plug in my Aero laptop into my monitor, and by clicking the KVM switch, if I get an email or a call at 9 p.m. sometimes, I can just press the KVM button and it'll switch to my work laptop, and I can do some work, and I can switch back and continue playing League. So that's my KVM experience.
Okay, so I hope you guys found that live demonstration useful, but just remember the disclaimer here for KVM. By the way, we do not include the Type-C cable in the box itself, so you guys will have to use one of your own. But since, I mean, it is a very common connector nowadays, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have one at home already. Just make sure it's rated for the video and for charging before you guys use it. All right, now I want to kind of switch gears here. I think we talked a lot about kind of all the functionalities, IOs, what's in the box at this point too. So, um, John, I want to kind of get your final thoughts on what type of games would play best on this monitor itself. So 43-inch, it's quite massive. I would say that this monitor that may be suited for a certain type of game rather than others. You kind of mentioned Red Dead earlier. Thought that's a great example, but here I kind of want to get your thoughts on some of the other titles.
So, in my opinion, for 4K gaming, there's gonna be some games that benefit a lot, and some games that don't benefit at all. So, some games that I say don't benefit at all, I would say are uh, Valorant, or I mean, like League of Legends, Dota 2. That being at a higher resolution is not really gonna do anything for you. But games that do but you can still get full advantage. With lower end titles, or I would call esport titles, you can run 4K at 144 hertz. Like Valorant's gonna run perfectly fine on this monitor at 144, so you can use up that full refresh rate. But games that run really well on this monitor are gonna be games that are meant to just be beautiful, and they're not like fast paced. So I would say like Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good example. Cyberpunk is going to be a good example. There's going to be few new MMOs that I think would look great on this. I know a lot of people are waiting for New World. That's going to be an amazing game. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, that's going to look gorgeous on this 4K monitor.
Okay, thanks, John. And I wanted to mention 4K especially and games because this one does have HDMI 2.1. So you're gonna be able to enable larger bandwidths, or sorry, faster resolution, faster refresh rates at higher resolutions with this one. So it's kind of works in tandem with all the games that John kind of just said. AAA titles, of course, would be great. Any game that can really push that 4K boundary is going to be great. I'd say a lot of third-person shooters would be especially good on this one. Any racing games, of course, as well. Forza would look absolutely great on this one. And I'll be interested to see if you guys can actually, who actually want to try to use two of these at once. Do two 4K 43-inch. For that, I feel like whatever game would look good. But I think racing the most because you can kind of see like the whole thing. And then if this is a flat one, but if it was curved, it would be like a super immersive experience too. Yeah, 43-inch side by side is gonna be a lot to take in for most people.
I can see some crazy build with like 3 of these for racing sims. If you play like Forza, oh man, you're not gonna need a desk. I think that's like a dining table at that point. I guess if we can, I think I've seen a lot of questions on kind of like some of the specs. So I guess I can just go over it real quick if you're just joining us now. So this is our FV43U monitor. This is our brand new 4K monitor that's going to be launching tomorrow on Newegg and every other retailer and e-tailer coming soon. The launch price is going to be actually a special price at $999. The regular MSRP is actually going to be $1099, so it'll be like that for 2 weeks. It'll be available in Canada in about 3 weeks. Saw that question. It's going to be 144 hertz, 1 millisecond response time monitor. It's FreeSync compatible and adaptive sync ready as well. It has HDMI 2.1, so you can take full advantage of all the specs. Just kind of like 144 hertz. It does support HDR 1000. So yes, this monitor does go up to 1000 nits. So it's going to be really bright. So it's going to look great. Oh yeah, and of course our KV, our built-in KVM feature, and all of our AORUS kind of classic tactic features, kind of like black equalizer, aim stabilizer, and everything else. It does support picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture. So pretty much all around amazing monitor, especially great for those that want a little bit bigger. You want to upgrade from your 24, 27 inch to something huge that's going to take up mostly your whole desk. I mean, you can have this and then your PC on the side, and it's pretty much it. And it's gonna be a Qled display with actual local dimming as well. So, if for those of you guys that don't know what local dimming is, it's kind of a feature that's on TVs usually. Basically, it can turn off some of the backlight to brighten up some parts of the other area, so it helps with the contrast. So it's gonna be really good. So.
All right, John, thanks for that. So if you guys are interested, it will be launching at Newegg tomorrow. The link is in the description as well, so be sure you guys, if you're interested, check that out. I saw a few questions actually I want to ask you, John, for this one from the fans. I think we got a question on backlight bleed. Have we seen any in our testing and kind of like, I guess the people are a little worried about like the QC and that type of stuff. So
So from our testing in our office, that we haven't seen basically any blacklight bleeding, especially with local area dimming. That's gonna definitely help with the blacklight bleed as well. So you shouldn't have a problem with this, and also the 48-inch as well, because that one's the OLED. That won't have it. So.
and also, John, I wanted to kind of ask you about the audio for this one. Just I want you to kind of go over it again. I imagine a lot of people will be watching movies on this. While we were testing this monitor, the audio sounded absolutely fantastic. For we watched it was a Will Smith movie, I think. But yeah, the audio sounded great. We even turned it all the way up. It's definitely powerful and strong enough for you guys. For if you guys have like a big space that you're putting this into, it will definitely fill up the sound for sure, or the whole area with sound for sure. So can you talk to us about the space audio? Kind of like what is space audio? It's like a new term, right?
Got it. So, space audio is what we basically all it does is that it's kind of in TV it's kind of like virtual surround sound. So with space audio, you can change the setting of the sound, so it will be optimized for FPS. So if it's FPS, you'll hear footsteps better. You can optimize it for movies, so your movies and voice will sound much better, or you can have it a little bit more quiet. It's not going to be your standard. Usually, I would say monitor speakers are not amazing, but these do have two 10-watt speakers, so it does get very loud. So it's actually I would actually recommend using the speakers on the monitors for once, over just regular monitors. Regular speakers. So this is gonna be great. Saw a question from Kyle. It's gonna be launching at midnight tomorrow, or actually midnight tonight. Ah.
All right, thanks, Sean. All right, speaking of launches, so we always strive to give you guys the first bit of news on AORUS TV. So a lot of questions, so there's a lot of questions right now about the 48 and also the 32-inch. John, could you kind of give us more of an update on not exact dates, but kind of when people can expect it and all that kind of stuff? For okay, sorry, I'm gonna add another question. The 28-inch, the M28 view, FI32U, and of course the FO48U.
Perfect. So yes, we are going to be expanding our 4K monitor line immensely. Um, we're gonna be releasing three new models: 48-inch, a 28-inch, and a 32-inch. I've seen you guys say a lot of comments about the 32-inch. So the 28-inch should be, I would say, available maybe end of this month, maybe early next month. Then we have our 48-inch, which will come out in around a month and a half, maybe 2 months from now. And then our 32-inch should be available sometime next month as well. So we're going to be releasing a lot of 4K monitors. All of them will be 144 hertz. So it's going to be really exciting. So.
Alrighty, and so John, thanks for the update on that. It's just an estimate, you guys. A lot there's been, as you guys know, like a lot of like logistics stuff with the whole COVID thing going around. So these are our estimates for the other models, but they are around the corner. I want to quickly talk to you guys also about our Outriders bundle. Switch gears a little bit here. So Outriders been a pretty popular game actually. I see quite a lot of people watching it on Twitch all the time. So we are doing this is a Gigabyte and AORUS exclusive bundle. We're giving you a copy of Outriders if you have purchased one of our 4K monitor or one of our monitors, and also of our Intel motherboards, Z590 motherboards, and AMD motherboards as well. We'll link you guys in the comments about the Outriders program in a little bit, but basically, I think they started like last week, and for the whole month of May, if you guys purchase a monitor or a motherboard, you'll be able to qualify for a free Outriders code. So there's an added bonus for you guys. In order to sign up, you will have to be an AORUS member. So you have to create an account on AORUS.com in order to sign up. But all you have to do is submit your invoice, and then we'll get back to you within, I believe it's 7 to 10 business days on the approval status, and it will give you guys a code through there once you're approved as well. So some added incentives. You guys are interested in the game and also interested in one of our products recently. This is the perfect bundle for you, basically. But just keep in mind, it does end at the end of this month. So if you were to pull the trigger, now would be the right time to do it. Yep. And so that about wraps it up today. I want to quickly go over last week's giveaway winners as well, since this is the first episode of May. So let me pull up this right here. Last month, we gave away some GPU holders, 5 of them. So I'm going to announce the winners right now. And I'm sorry if I ever mispronounced your name. So first winner, we have Ernest Dunbar. Congratulations, Ernest. We'll be contacting all the winners through email, by the way. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be sending it out after the show. Second winner is Terry Dury. Congratulations, Terry. Let me pull up the other winners real quick. Give me 1 second. Third winner, we have Mikhail K. Your last name is very long, so I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. Mikhail K, congratulations. And fourth winner, we have Steven Moreno. Congratulations, Steven. And last but not least, we have Alberto Rodriguez. You are the last winner for last month's giveaway, the RGB GPU holders. And if you guys are interested in what this month's giveaway items are going to be, we're going to be giving away the code right now as well. So the topic that we talked about today is 4K monitors. So of course, the giveaway code for today will be 4K Game On. So that's going to be all caps, no spaces in between. I'll repeat that once again. 4K Game On. So GAMEON. And then what are the giveaway items? So we are going to be giving away 1 book of AORUS for this month and 4 of our AORUS I was called the man purse, but it's the AORUS shoulder strap bags that we have, the gray ones that we have. We'll be giving away 4 of those and 1 book of AORUS. 5 winners total for the month of May. And if you guys can help out people in the comments who didn't get the codes for today, I'm not going to repeat it again. So thank you, Jeremy, for posting that one. Thank you, David. David, you got it right. 4K Game On. Okay, that's the last time. All right, so a special thanks today for John for coming on. He's our monitor expert. If you guys want more of John on the show, leave it in the comments. We always appreciate your guys' feedback. And that about wraps it up for today. We're doing a special episode today. AORUS TV is usually on Fridays. We're doing it on Wednesday today because this bad boy is launching tomorrow at Newegg. So it's been nice to see all of you guys, hear back from all of you. Happy month of May. I believe it is also Cinco de Mayo today. Oh, yes. And it was Star Wars Day yesterday. So happy Star Wars Day and Cinco de Mayo. Yes. Yeah, we're probably gonna get some food right after this. Some good some mates on tacos or something. But anyway, it's been nice to see you guys. We'll see you guys next week for AORUS TV on Friday at 4 p.m. The normal schedule. My name is Howard, and
this is John.
And we'll see you guys next time. See you guys.